Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to another exciting session of Trivs At Home. I am your host, Jeremy, aka the People's Dwarf. It is great to be here, and it's great to see all of you guys here as well. It is a Friday night here in California, and it is still quite warm over here where we are at, but it is going down. It is going down, down, down. It's going to still be... Ooh, I'm hearing myself. Where am I echoing? What am I echoing through? Hang on. Ah, I found you. There we go. No echo. No need for the echo. Silly me. Cheeky. Yes, no, it is cooling down over here in Cali. It's still going to be in the low 30s for another week or so, but as opposed to it being in the 40s, that is amazingness and totally tolerable. So, yeah, looking forward to that. But how has everyone's week been? What did you guys get up to? Feel free to drop it in the comments if you got up to anything exciting. Maybe some exciting news happened to you, or maybe you saw something exciting on a walk or something, or maybe at work, or I don't know. Feel free, let me know, whatever. Just whatever in the comments. Maybe you've started cooking and tried a new meal or a new food or something. I am trying this new beer, which is a pineapple cart from the Golden Road. And it's actually not bad. I got the mixed variety box at the shops last time I went there, and they've got pineapple, mango, and I actually forget the third one. Orange? No. Maybe? No. I don't even know. I forget. I guess we'll find out, because I'm going to be drinking them throughout the trivia as we do this. So yeah, but that's what I'm getting up to as well. So yeah, Friday night, guys. Exciting. Happy weekend to some of you. I guess wherever you're watching, could be Saturday, Friday, Sunday. No one's 2 days ahead of us. I know that there's 1 day ahead, and there's several hours ahead, but I'm pretty sure Kelly is one of the last over the finish line time-wise, I guess. We're just hanging on to it. That's what we're doing. We're just making the most of it. Making it last. You guys are all skipping ahead into the future. We're like, dude, just chill. Hang out. Hang around. Don't worry about it. She'll be apples, mate. Everything will be apples. That's what we're here for. But yes, we've got some trivia tonight, guys. It is a spring into fall, kind of like a Four Seasons themed trivia for tonight, because we are kind of heading into that weather shortly. It's not yet. I mean, we should technically be. We're in the middle of September over here, and I guess also spring and fall. Well, fall will be here. Spring as well, back in Australia as well, but you guys still aren't too warm just yet either. Oh, no, it's not spring in Australia. No, yes it is. Yes it is. September. So I'm getting my dates mixed up for some reason. But yeah, you guys should be warming up as well back there. So fingers crossed that all is nice for you guys as well coming soon. It seems like the seasons are just deciding to change and come in a bit later. They don't really care. They're like, I don't care if you guys operate by months and moon cycles and stuff. We're just going to wait around and, do what we want, says the weather. What's this? We've got summer for a while. We're going to go as long as we can. What's that? Winter? Yeah, stay cold for a little longer. That's what it's doing, guys. That's exactly what it is doing. But yeah, so good stuff. So spring into fall, what I'm going to do is throw up the how to play thing for people when they join in and have a look at that, probably thinking, what is going on? Who is this handsome devil on screen right now, and what is he doing? Well, I'm going to be hosting some online trivia. That's what I'm going to be doing. So it's going to be 4 rounds of exciting trivia. We encourage team or solo play. So you can play by yourself or with some friends or family or whoever you've got with you. Totally up to you in how you want to do that. But yeah, it's totally you can grab people if you're out maybe for dinner or something. You can put them up on a big screen TV and be like, guys, I want to Chromecast this wicked trivia thing up on the TV. Feel free to play along, which would be great. And what I will say, pretty much first off, is what you'll need to do as well, if you have got a team or you are playing solo, you'll need to go over to trivia.com in a new browser window or something, and use the room code Trivs At Home under the player login section. So click on player login and then do Trivs At Home. And then you can come up with a team name or player name for yourself, and that's where you'll be pretty much doing everything you need to do for this trivia, except watching me, of course. But everything else in regards to answer submissions, seeing your scores, live score updates, you can see what other teams are in there and you're playing against. That's pretty much where everything's going to be happening apart from the trivia up here on this stream here. So you need 2 things open. You need this video, and then you need Trivs At Home on the trivia.com page. Alright, 2 things. That's it. And it's simple. And that way I've also taken the scoring away from you guys too, so you guys can relax. All you have to do is answer. And leave the scoring and all the other difficult bits up to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to do the fun stuff. well, difficult bits, but fun stuff, and I'll also provide the fun stuff, I guess. But yeah, so 4 rounds of trivia tonight. It is a spring into fall theme. We've got autumn, fall for the first one, spring for the second, which is a multiple choice round. Then we have flowers for the picture round, and then the confidence round, which is a random questions round. A little bit trickier, but there's big points up for grabs in that round too, which is great. So yeah, you get correct points. A correct answer gives you 1 point. Incorrect answers do not lose you any points. So I highly encourage guessing, guys. Definitely guess. Sometimes I give out points for joke answers. Feel free to throw joke answers in the comments. I do encourage that people don't put the actual answers in the comments for other people to see. We don't want spoilers. That's what the Trivia page is for. Go over there to submit your answers, guys. Don't put them in the comments. But yeah, if you want to put joke answers in the comments, by all means, put them in there, and if we get some laughs out of it, from either myself, or when I read them out and other people enjoy it, then I give out 3 points as well. So yeah, by all means, joke answers are highly encouraged, so that's always good stuff too. We'll be having breaks between each round as well, so you guys will be able to stretch, grab a drink, bite to eat, use the restroom or toilet if you need to, whatever you need to do, that's what the breaks are for. And there will be question repeats at the end of each round before we go into the breaks. So if you do miss a question, do not fret. There will be a chance at the end of each round to have a look at all the questions again before the answer submissions close. That's right. So, again, no answers in the comments, guys, unless they're joke answers. If you want to make a copy of your answers, feel free to write them down with, like, a pen and paper or notepad or something, because once you do submit them to me on the Trivia.com page, then they are gone and they are now in my hands. But if you just want to keep track for your own record, and that way you can do your own scoring in case you just want to for some reason, or if you... yeah, just totally up to you. That's what you can do. You can have your answers tucked up next to you and be like, oh, okay, I know which ones I got right and which ones I didn't. That's pretty much why people do it. They just know which ones they got right and which ones they didn't, depending on which... because sometimes with the multiple choice, they'll forget which one they submitted for which answer, and that kind of thing. So if you write them down, that way you know. But I'll obviously let you know with the points, and you guys will be able to see that live on the Trivia page as we go, which is great. So yeah, spring into fall is the theme we're going with today, so that's all the excitement that we're up with today. So good to see everyone here. So again, I appreciate you all being here. Let's see how the chat's doing. I can chat to at least 3 out of the 4. I have to do Facebook separately. Unfortunately, it's the only one that doesn't want to synchronize with my restream. I don't know why. If people reply, it definitely actually comes in onto my chat, but if I want to use the restream chat window to put a message out to everyone, Facebook's like, nah buddy, you've actually got to come to our page yourself. That's right, just Facebook being extra, I'm going to say. I'm going to use a polite word and say they're being extra. Making me work that little bit harder. That's what they're doing. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm here to work, so I'm here to have fun too. So as long as you guys have fun, that's all I really worry about. That's all I care about. Not worry about. Care about. As long as you guys have fun, I'm good. And you guys are good too. I'm just mumbling my words here. It's actually getting quite warm. I've had the aircon off. Been doing this for like 8 minutes, and I'm already getting warm. We had the AC on for about an hour prior to this. That's how warm it still is over here. So I'm going to start sweating eventually, but I do have my trusty sweat towel just chilling here. I don't know if I can... there we go. Trusty sweat towel just on the side in case I need to dab my little forehead here. Or big forehead, depending on, perspective. But yeah, alright, so what we're going to do, guys, is I think I'm going to open up round 1. Why not? Let's get right on into it. Round 1 is going to come up now, so the screen's going to change slightly for those who have never played before. It's going to go like this, and voila, magic! Brand new screen. What's that mean, Jerry? Well, it just means that now you know that we're on round 1, and the autumn and fall section is what the theme for this particular round is. We're still doing the whole trivia theme of spring into fall, but we've got the round number and the theme here, and this little blue box below me there is where the questions are going to appear. So that's how you guys will be able to see what the questions are. You'll be able to see them visually, and I'm also going to be reading them out to you, so you can have audio as well as visual. That's right, I've even had people listen to me kind of like a podcast, driving along on their way to work. They haven't really been able to, like, play and stuff, but they just play along while they're at work and sit there and listen to me. So if you are doing that, I'm glad and thank you for, having me on while you're driving, and as long as you're focusing on the road, but, having me to listen to instead of the same 6 songs that radio stations play, that's awesome. You guys have mixed it up a bit. I like it. Alright, so I'm going to go over to the Trivia page, and what I'm going to do is, as an admin, I'm going to click Game On, which means you guys will now be taken to an answer submission page on the Trivia Wrap page. So it'll do it automatically. Don't freak out. So on that Trivia Wrap page or window that you have open, you'll be taken to a answer submission thing. Now, to start off, obviously, question 1, because obviously it's starting off at the bottom, that's what we do. But there will be sections underneath that where you can jump to different questions. So in case you maybe forget an answer or you don't know an answer, but then you remember it or come up with an answer for a particular question later on, you can jump back to it and submit it there, okay? So that's what that option is there for. Otherwise, you enter your answer submissions into the appropriate question numbers. And at the end of the round, as we get to the break screen, that's when I'll close that, and that page will go automatically back to a scoreboard screen for you guys. Well, we'll start doing some marking, and I think it even notifies you when I'm doing the marking as well, so you can keep up with tabs with that, see how you guys are doing as I'm live marking, and then at the end of the marking, you'll have your live score updates as well. So there we go. So without further ado, I think what we'll do, we'll get into question 1 for round 1. Since I've clicked game on, I'm going to start the clock, and let's go! In the fields of horticulture and botany, the term deciduous means what? In the fields of horticulture and botany, the term deciduous means what? Deciduous. That sounds like a cool word. I like just saying that word, deciduous. It almost sounds suspicious. I know it's suspicious, but I just wanted to try and combine the two. Deciduous. Sounds cool. I like the sound of this word. Do I know what it means? Well, I do now, because I've obviously made these trivia questions. But prior to these trivia questions, did I know what it mean? No, I did not know what it meant. Alright, question number 2 now. Maybe you guys do. What 2 major holidays occur in autumn in the US? What 2 major holidays occur in autumn in the US? Autumn, also known as fall, hence autumn-fall, because they're the same. They're just called different things in different countries. So, pay attention. There's going to be US references, UK references, Australia references. So, just keep an eye out. But autumn and fall, same meaning, alright? So what 2 major holidays occur in autumn in the US? Question number 3 now. What are the autumn months in Australia? See? Now we're changing countries, just like that. Bang! Jumped on a plane, super quick. What, speed of sound or speed of light or something? I don't know, whichever one's faster out of the two. That's how quickly we just travelled from the US to Australia. Imagine if that was real, we just do that. Click of a button. Bam! In Australia. No worries. Bam! Back in the US. Alright then. Easy. That would be fun. Convenient. And potentially time-saving, unless being able to travel that fast is super expensive. In which case, not much time saving because no one's going to pay money to do it. So it'll just be like a pipe dream. But yes, what are the autumn months in Australia? Question number 3. Number 4 now. Name the fall birthstone for September. Name the fall birthstone for September. So, fall or autumn birthstone for September. Which is the month we're in now. See, we're meant to be in fall. Fall is not meant to be like 95, 100 degrees. It's meant to be like, I don't know, 80. Or something. Whatever 80 is, like 25 here-ish. Something like that. I'm still trying to do the conversions of Celsius to Fahrenheit off the top of my head. For the most part, I'll still look it up. I just know that roughly 34 Celsius is 100 Fahrenheit. And then you go backwards from there. Like 30 is about 90. That's about as good as I go. Number 5. Name one of the 2 autumn birthstones for March. Name one of the 2 autumn birthstones for March. That's right, there's 2 of them. You only need to tell me one of them. Think of birthstones. Maybe you guys know a little bit about them. Maybe your parents like gave you one as a child or something. Or maybe you've got a piece of jewelry with something in it. Because it's your birthstone because you were born in a particular month. And if you weren't born in March, I guess that doesn't help you for this particular question, but maybe you know someone in your family that can help you with it, possibly, maybe, hopefully. Or you just have a guess at a birthstone. Birthstones. Number 6. The changing leaves in Japan are called what? The changing leaves in Japan are called what? See, now we've jumped to another country. The changing leaves in Japan are called what? What are they called, guys? What do we call them? Well, not we, but what's the actual term for them? I'll give you a hint. It's 4 letters, I believe. Yeah, it is 4 letters. So I remember if I actually remembered the answers to all my questions. Yes, it is 4 letters. There's your first hint for the night. Occasionally I chime in and try and throw in some hints your ways, maybe some obvious ones. Alright, number 7 now. What makes leaves change to either a red or purple colour? So the actual term for this. What makes leaves change to either a red or purple colour? So what do they call it when this happens? What is it? What makes the leaves change to either of these colours? For those who are familiar with trees, maybe you're botanists or herbologists or plantologists. I don't think that last one's actually a word, but I'm just making it up if there is. And if it isn't, well, don't care. It is now. The study of plants, which I'm pretty sure is like botany. But, you know, plantologist sounds cool too. Just accept my terms, alright, guys? Just run with it. Number 8. What are the 3 zodiac signs of fall? What are the 3 zodiac signs of fall? So fall, we're referring to the US fall. Not the fall of the US. Oh, that sounds weird. Ah! I'm over here right now. I don't want that to happen. No, as in like the season of fall. So what are the 3 zodiac signs? For those zodiac fans, those who know about their star signs of the zodiac, think of the fall months for the US. Hint, we're in one now. So that should help you, if you're good with star signs and zodiac signs. Number 9. Who wrote the lyrics to the song Autumn Leaves? The last 2 lines of which are, "But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall." I actually don't know this song, so it's actually really easy to read without worrying about the fact I'm going to suddenly jump into the tune and sing it or say it the way it's sung. Usually all these lyrical questions, songs I know, so it's really hard to not default into the rhythm of how it's sung. But I don't know this song, so I'm literally just reading it how I want, without a care of knowing whether that's how it's meant to be or not. Who wrote the lyrics to the song Autumn Leaves, the last 2 lines of which are, "But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall." See? Making it up. I got no idea if that's what it is. And it feels good, because I don't think, and if I am giving away the answer unintentionally, then it's totally unintentional, because I don't actually know it. I know the answer, but I just haven't heard the song. Number 10. What weed pollen causes the most common fall allergies? What weed pollen causes the most common fall allergies? That's right. For those who get allergies, I never used to, till a few years ago. Now I get them often. Rarely. Stick to rapping, says Malcolm. Thanks, mate. See? And that's why when I don't know song lyrics and I attempt to sing, I curl up in a ball and stop, because I have the wonderful support of my family right there. I'm kidding. I know I can't sing. I can rap, yes, but not sing. But for those who get allergies, you may know the weed pollen that causes the most fall allergies. It's one of the most common weed pollen. You tell me what it is. Now, that is the end of the questions for round 1, which means question repeats coming right up. So the way that works, it'll be questions 1 to 5, then 6 to 10 on the screen for about 30 to 45 seconds. Then we're going to launch into a break screen. Once that break screen comes up, I'm going to close the answer submissions for round 1. So the Trivia Wrap page will take you back to the homepage where the scoreboard and everything is. I'll go through and mark the answers, and then we'll come back and go through the answers so you know how you did yourselves, and get into round 2, which is a multiple choice round. So until then, guys, here come the question repeats. Enjoy them. If you don't need them, you just get a longer break. So enjoy your break, and we'll be right back.
And if she see it, then she cop it. She don't care if you don't like it. She rockin' crew necks with some bands she never heard of. Black skinny jeans, docs on in her hair day. Got an attitude, she'll give it to your face. She don't really care what anybody thinks. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that, cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that, cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. Got her nails like she walking on a carpet. Take a pic cause she gotta show the new fit. Paper straws cause she gotta say the planet. Wildflower cake, smash a fit cause she planning. She a killer with some money on the way. Gotta pack up and move to LA. She don't need a man, she gon' do it her own way. Take him out on a date and she pay. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that, cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that, cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. Yeah, she more than her pictures. And she don't need a man to save her. She's so much more than these manicures and coffee. She a boss, she a queen, she the whole team. College education, she gon' get it. Maybe be a doctor or maybe run for senate. She don't need you, she's so independent. She gon' kill it, it don't matter where she headed. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that, cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that, cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems.
Hello ladies and gents, we are back. That's right, questions have all been answered, so you can actually see your scores over on the Trivia page, and I'll read out the teammates we've got tonight. We've got I'm Matey, a player for all seasons, Rabbit, and 4 seasons. 4 teams tonight so far for those who were logged into the Trivia page, so again, thanks for doing that and getting amongst it. It's good to have you all here. So, let's get into the answers for round 1, and then you guys can see how you all did. obviously yourselves based on which answers you got correct, or maybe half points, or however it all worked out. So, question 1. In the fields of horticulture and botany, the term deciduous means what? Well, it means falling off at maturity or tending to fall off. So if you said pretty much leaves falling off, you got the points for it. But there you go, that's just the more proper definition for it. Number 2, what 2 major holidays occur in autumn/fall in the US? Well, that would be Halloween and Thanksgiving. Halloween and Thanksgiving. So if you got one of those, you got half a point. Number 3, what are the autumn months in Australia? Well, that would be March, April, and May. For question 3, March, April, and May. Question 4, name the 4 birthstone for September. That would be a sapphire. A sapphire is the 4 birthstone for September. Number 5, name one of the 2 autumn birthstones for March. Well, that would be an aquamarine and a bloodstone. So aquamarine or bloodstone is what you were looking for there. Number 6, the changing leaves in Japan are called what? Well, they're called a koyo. K-O-Y-O. K-O-Y-O is what the changing leaves in Japan are called. Number 7, what makes leaves change to either a red or purple colour? Well, this is actually the anthocyanins. The anthocyanins, which is pretty much the sugars trapped in the leaf. So the sugars that are trapped in the leaf make the leaves turn to either a red or purple colour. But the technical term is anthocyanins. So if either of you had anthocyanins or the sugar trapped in the leaf, or just sugar, you would have got a point. So there you go. Sugars for those colours. The next time you see that, and you see the purple and red coloured leaves, you could be like, guys, sugar causes that. They'll be like, what? You're so weird. And they'd be like, nuh-uh. Or yes, maybe I'm weird, but that's not why. And then you can, like, knowledge drop on them. Number 8, what are the 3 zodiac signs of the fall? Well, that would be Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Number 9, who wrote the lyrics of the song Autumn Leaves, the last 2 lines of which are, but I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall off? That would be Johnny Mercer. Johnny Mercer for number 9. And number 10, what weed pollen causes the most common fall allergies? That would be ragweed. Ragweed is one of the most common weed pollens. So there you go. Those are all the answers to round 1. So, without further ado, let's get into round 2 now. It's going to be a multiple choice round. So what I'll do is go over to the Trivia Wrap page, say that we're going to start a new round, and click on Game On. So you guys will be taken once again to an answer screen. And we can once again begin. Get it underway. So multiple choice is all about spring. Spring is what we're looking for here for round 2. So let's go pull up my little timer here so that way I don't go over. What about the zodiac signs in Australia? I said, when I said 3 zodiac signs of fall, I said for the US in that question. So I said for the US in regards, hence why I said fall and not autumn. So fall and not autumn. I did say fall and then I said the US for that particular question. So apologies if you didn't hear me, but I did say in the US for that question for number 8. So I know for the zodiac signs would be different in Australia for autumn, but I did say fall in the US, and then I gave the hint saying that we're in one of the months now, being September, because it's fall here now. So that was the hint I gave out. So that's what I was going with. Alright, so that was why you had to pay attention to the wording of the question. Alright, so with that out the way now, but I do thank you for asking and double checking for those, because sometimes they can be confusing, sometimes maybe things are not as self-explanatory, and I can give answers for both. But in this case, I know I was specific in regards to that particular question. But for now, let's get into the next round. Question number 1 is this. Around what day does spring begin in the Northern Hemisphere? Is it Feb 20, March 20, April 20, May 20? Around what day does spring begin in the Northern Hemisphere? Feb 20, March 20, April 20, May 20. One of those 4 days. So around what day? That's what we're looking at here for question number 1. Question number 2 now. On what day does spring begin in the Southern Hemisphere? On what day does spring begin in the southern hemisphere? September 30, September 20, September 1, or September 14? Southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. We're traveling around the globe again, or just jumping over the equator line. So what day does spring begin in the southern hemisphere? Yep. And already sweating. Great. That's alright. Question number 3 now. What is the first day of spring actually called? What's it called? The first day of spring. Some people might say amazingness. Or some people say, oh, I don't like spring. No, that's not what I mean. The actual, what's it actually called? The Easter equinox, the spring solstice, the Easter solstice, or the vernal equinox? So what is the first day of spring called? The Easter equinox, the spring solstice, the Easter solstice, or the vernal equinox? Question number 3. Question number 4. Now these might be a little bit tricky to read, so what I'll do, to see for you guys, so I will read them out for you. So definitely, I'll give you a little bit more on this one. What myth is associated with the first day of spring? Is it A, only on that day can you balance a raw egg on its end? Is it B, body hair doesn't grow on the first day of spring? Is it C, you're most likely to get into a plane crash on the first day of spring? Or D, you can break a mirror and not have 7 years bad luck? So what myth is associated with the first day of spring? Is it A, only on that day can you balance a raw egg on its end? B, body hair doesn't grow on the first day of spring? C, you're most likely to get into a plane crash on the first day of spring? Or D, you can break a mirror and not have 7 years bad luck? Again, apologies if that came up a little bit small. I was kind of testing to see how long I could have my multiple choice answers, but I guess if I'm reading them out to you guys, that should be fine as well. But again, apologies if that one's just a little bit smaller than the usual. Just a tad, eh? Just a tad. But that's number 4. Number 5. What country did Halloween originate from? Was it Australia, Italy, Ireland, or New Zealand? What country did Halloween originate from? Australia, Italy, Ireland, New Zealand? That's right. Where did Halloween originate? Country that Halloween originated. Number 6, what does spring represent spiritually? So if anyone here is spiritual, maybe you'll know the answer to this, or you can have a guess, hence the multiple choice. Brilliant. Does spring represent spiritually love, death, fate, or rebirth / new life? What does spring represent spiritually? Love, death, fate, or rebirth / new life? A, B, C, or D. Which one do you think? Number 7 now. When was the first coiled spring manufactured? Haha, yep. I threw in a question in regards to a totally different type of spring. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I threw you it's a little bit of a curveball question. When was the first coiled spring manufactured? Was it 2nd century BC, 19th century AD, 7th century AD, or the 15th century? When was the first coiled spring manufactured? 2nd century BC, 19th century AD, 7th century AD, or the 15th century? That's right. Taking the word spring and not just all about flowers. Springing into fall. You could spring into fall. Get it? It's a pun. Number 8. Who coined the term hope springs eternal? Who coined the term hope springs eternal? Was it William Shakespeare, Alexander Pope, Jane Austen, or St. Thomas Aquinas? Aquinas? Either way, all of those versions are great names. Who coined the term hope springs eternal? William Shakespeare, Alexander Pope, Jane Austen or St. Thomas Aquinas? Question number 9. According to Greek myth, the return of spring coincides with the return of Persephone. Or Persephone. Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, who is the goddess of what? Plants and fertility, lust and money, air and water, or PlayStations and Nintendos? According to Greek myth, the return of spring coincides with the return of Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, who is the goddess of what? Plants, fertility, lust and money, air and water, or PlayStations and Nintendos? Or all of the above? No, not really. That's not an option. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Yep. No. Yep. Excuse me. And last question for the multiple choice round. Williams Wordsworth wrote a... What? That's a wicked name. William Wordsworth wrote a famous poem about what? Roses, lilies, daffodils, or tulips? I didn't even catch on to what his surname was. I, for some reason, read that originally as like Woodworth. But William Wordsworth wrote a famous poem. Anything with like this guy wrote should have been awesome. With a surname like that. Worthy words this guy wrote. Who wrote them? Wordsworth. Yes, no, but who wrote it? No, that's his name. Seriously, what a great name. Ah, thank you, Karen Graham, and welcome. Good to see you over on the Facebook platform. Pleasure, as always, to have you in here. So William Wordsworth wrote a famous poem about what? Roses, lilies, daffodils, or tulips? And that is the last question of round 2, which means question repeats coming right up before we launch into another break. So if you need the question repeats, they are about to pop up on the screen for you. If you don't, you just get an extended break. So again, stock up on some snacks, grab a drink, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back after the break with the answers to round 2 before we launch into round 3, which is a pitch round all about flowers. So, see you soon, guys.
I've been on my way up, now it's really far down. I don't think I'll feel it when I hit the ground. when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. You're the only sunset that I'll never forget. Red and orange sorbet, like it is the best yet. In October it feels like summertime. I keep falling for you like every night. Been communicating through satellite.
Hello ladies and gents, we are back. That's right, round two's points have been tallied up. So what we're going to do right now is go through the answers. You guys can see how you all did before we launch into round three. Scoreboards are also up to date as well over on the Trivia At site, so you can go have a look at that, see how you're faring compared to the rest of the teams playing today. But question number one, around what day does spring begin in the Northern Hemisphere? That would be B, March 20. B, March 20. Question number two, on what day does spring begin in the Southern Hemisphere? That would be C, September 1st. September 1st for question two. Number three, what is the first day of spring called? That would be D, the vernal equinox. The vernal equinox is what it's called, the vernal equinox. Question number four, what myth is associated with the first day of spring? Well, that would be that only on that day can you balance a raw egg on its end. That's right, only on that day can you balance a raw egg on its end. Number five, what country did Halloween originate from? That's C, Ireland. That's right, the luck of the Irish began in Halloween. That's where it started, over in Ireland. Number six, what does spring represent spiritually? Well, that would be D, rebirth, new life. Rebirth, new life, 6. Number 7, when was the first coiled spring manufactured? That would be B, in the 19th century AD. 19th century AD for 7. Number 8, who coined the term hope springs eternal? Well, that would be B, Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope was the one who coined that term. Number 9, according to Greek myth, the return of spring coincides with the return of Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, who is the goddess of what? That is plants and fertility. Plants and fertility. And the last question, William Wordsworth wrote a poem. William Wordsworth wrote a famous poem about what? That would be C, daffodils. Daffodils is what he wrote a famous poem about for number 10. So hopefully you guys did well. There was actually quite a few points scored on that round, and the scoreboard is actually a equal first at the moment between two teams, with a very close second as well. So it is still anybody's game right now, which is great. So let's move on to round 3, which is a picture round. Spring into the fall is all about flowers. I'm going to slide over to the side because the pictures are going to appear in the center of the screen here. I wonder if, like, we could change the background. Oh, that's the wrong remote. The background color to, like, I don't know, maybe red and white. Oh, that kind of looks like pinky and white and flowery and pretty. Let's go with that, shall we? Let's see how that goes for this particular round. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I didn't even know how it was going to work. But what I'll do first is go over to the Trivia At page, click on New Round, so you guys can get ready to begin your answers for round 3. And welcome, Honey Bear. Welcome, Honey Bear. Just got you chimed in as well over there. Good to see you. We're here for round 3, so good time to get on into the game. So welcome, Team Honey Bear. We now have 5 teams playing. Good stuff, good stuff. Pleasure to have you here, Honey Bear. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so let's move on into... I've clicked on Game On. So we go back to the answer screen, which is great. Go over to my phone, get the timer started again. And question number 1. Here we go. Ladies and gents, name this flower. That's right, this flower right here. Comes in multiple colours. You need to tell me the name of this flower. Not gonna lie, I would probably do quite horrible in this round. Just saying. So maybe you guys will do better than what I would do. No doubt, I think you would. I have faith in all of you. I have faith in all of you. So name this flower. Question number 1. I mean, they're all pretty flowers. They're all nice. They probably all smell good too. Question number 2. Oh, here we go. Nice bright one. Number 2. Name this flower here. Excuse me. It's got some yellow, bit of white and orange. Maybe some pink in there. Beautiful colours of this flower here. Kind of goes with the background, kind of ish. I don't have yellow light. It's literally green, red, blue, and white are my background colours of choice, or none. And it's just a white thing without any pretty lights on it. But then I also wouldn't be as lit up either. Number 3, name this flower. Here we go. There's some multiple colours in this one. Plenty of them. There's purples, there's oranges, whites, like magentas. Look at all them. Look at them pretty flowers right there. What are they called? Tell me the name of these flowers, guys. This is what the round is for round 3. Picture round. It's going to be all pictures of different types of flowers. Speaking of springing into fall. Or spring and fall. Autumn. You know. All the fun seasons. Question 4. Here we go. These ones seem to be looking down. Hopefully they're not actually feeling down. Maybe they'll perk up. Maybe it's the wrong month. But this flower here. Remember, tell me the names of them. Question number 4. Number 5 now. Change a little bit of sizing. That's right. This one's a little bit smaller. Tiny bit mightier, these ones. Maybe? And I'm just saying that because they're smaller. And that's my go-to for things that are small. Tiny bit mighty. These flowers here. What do we think? Thought in question number 5. Halfway through picture round, guys. Look at that. Flying through Trivs tonight. Nice one. Doing well, guys. No more 3-hour trivias. Remember those times? For those anyone who was playing then? Like, you guys were the ones playing in those times back then when we did 3-hour trivias? Those were accidents. Those were way too long. Literally halved the time. Number 6 is this flower here. Tell me the name of it. Gotta tighten up the time, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go through a little bit quicker, more efficient. Let you get back to doing whatever you guys need to do throughout the rest of this day that you guys will be enjoying, no doubt. We'll get an hour and a half pretty much for this now, which is great. Suitable time limit for this trivia. Bit of chatting at the beginning, warm it up, and then we get right into it. And even sometimes Reese performs. Name this flower, number 7. Hopefully you guys do alright with this one. I literally would get probably 0. Very much 0. Maybe 1. Maybe 1. That's because I just don't know much about flowers. Like, I know I've seen them before, but the names of them, nope. Not at all. Number 8. These ones might be the first blue ones we've had in this section of photos of flowers. Lots of different colours. Try to include colourful ones, all different variety of colours. So the pictures look pretty. Pretty flowers. Number 8, these ones are blue. Number 9. Almost at the end of this round, guys. Flowers. Flowers! Moving into our confidence round, our last round, which is all random questions, still keeping in theme to the spring into fall theme of tonight's trivia. But random questions, but big points up for grabs. So it's to do with like the seasons and stuff as well. And last one, this one here. Name this flower. Number 10. Name this flower. Number 10. There we go, ladies and gents. The Name of the Flowers round. Really well to get through that one. So what I'll do, I'll slide back over and say good part of that one. And that way it's back to me on the screen. Back to the flowers, back to me. Back to you, no, back to me. Good old Old Spice. Yes. Alright, so that's the end of round 3, guys. Question repeats coming right up again. It'll be the pitches 1 to 5 and then 6 to 10 for the names of the flowers that you need to tell me. Then we're going to launch into another break. So again, get your answer submissions in before the break screen. That's when I close the answer submission option for this particular round off. Then I'll mark them, we'll come back, and we'll move into our final round, round 4, confidence round, for the Spring into Fall trivia theme here at Trivs at Home. Back soon, guys.
I've been on my way up, now it's really far down. I don't think I'll feel it when I hit the ground. In October it feels like summertime. I keep falling for you like every night. Been communicating through satellites, yeah. It's black and white. I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. You're the only sunset that I'll never forget. Red and orange sorbet, like it is the best yet. In October it feels like summertime. I keep falling for you like every night. Been communicating through satellites, yeah. It's black and white. I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. I'm all up in the clouds when it's pouring rain. Ain't never coming down unless you call my name. Yeah, we should take it slow, just like day by day. Like day by day. Got me thinking about you, and I'm thinking about all the things that we used to do. Thoughts are coming in a wave, so I say it to your face. Better only tell the truth. Yeah, I'm trusting you. Every time you come around, make me think you my dude.
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back. Once again, we are going to go through the answers to the picture round about all the flowers. I'm going to slide on over again just a tad while we go through the answers to these rounds. So, this round, sorry. Name this flower here. Well, this is called a crocus. A crocus is the type of flower this one is. A crocus for number 1. Number 2, this one is the good old daffodil. A daffodil for number 2. Number 3, these ones here, which I think you all got, was a tulip. Tulip or tulips for number 3. Number 4, these ones where they're all looking down, they're called a snake's head fritillary. A snake's head fritillary. Maybe because they like angle like that. Maybe they're meant to angle like that. So it's kind of meant to look like a snake head. I don't know. Is that where they get the name from? I'm just doing it based on the picture. I have no idea, but that's what my assumption is. Number 5. This one here is called Lily of the Valley. And I believe somebody got that. Good work. First, we have someone in here that is playing that is quite flower knowledgeable. So, job one. I think it's actually Team Honeybear that just jumped in, by the way. So, good work, Team Honeybear. You guys did well this round. Number 6. This is a hyacinth. A hyacinth. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure that's correct. If not, feel free to correct me in the comments with any of my pronunciations. I always appreciate that. And that means I get to learn as well as you guys get to learn. Number 7. This one here is a winter aconite. Or an aconite. Winter aconite. Or aconite for number 7. It's a pretty one, actually. Number 8. This is the blue one. And I mentioned that. I kind of made note to say that they were blue in our first blue one because they're bluebells. Bluebells for number 8. Was trying to give a hint for that one. Number 9. This one here is a pushkinia. A pushkinia. Yeah, that one sounds good. It's a Pushkinia. Difficult one. I don't think anyone got it, but that's fine. I had to throw in some curveballs here and there. And number 10. This one is an allium. An allium for number 10. So those are the answers. To the flower tree round. Lily of the Valley, I'm tripping over my own tongue here. Lily of the Valley is the flower for May. Oh, well, there we go. Fun fact from Karen Graham, Team Honeybear. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Lily of the Valley flower is the flower for May. Or maybe that's what I'll do as the flower round somewhere in the future. We'll try and do like what the flowers are for each month. And that can be a trivia theme now. There we go, see? Trivia themes. Coming up with them on the spot thanks to you guys here, which is great here at Trivs At Home. Awesome stuff. But the flower for May, that's awesome. And I think you will find the crocus is also known as a freesia. Oh, is it? Is it also known as a freesia? Let me just quickly check that. The same as a crocus. If so, I think that must have been you that put that answer in, Honeybear. Let me have a look for it in the break, actually, because otherwise I've got to continue on with the trivia for now. But I'll have a look at that in the final break, and I'll get back to you, okay? Sweet pea is April oh, another fun fact. So sweet peas are April flowers. So we have May, which is Lily of the Valley, and sweet pea is April. Cherry blossom is spring. Oh, I know that one. Actually, I did know that one. Cherry blossom is spring. But yes, I'll double check that one in the break, Karen, and if it is correct, I will throw a point onto your score for you. But again, thanks for letting us know about that. The flower expert. All good, all good. Alright, so round 4 now, ladies and gents. It's the confidence round, which is 10 random questions. You are going to rank each of your answers that you give from 10 to 1, using each of those numbers only once. 10 being the highest and most confident, 1 being the least confident and lowest number. So the way it works if you've got an answer, say you put in for question number 3 and you're like, boom, I totally know that's the correct answer, you would put a big fat 10 next to that answer. If it is correct, you'll get 10 points just for that answer right there, instead of the usual 1 point. That's right. So the rank scores that you give your answers are what possible points you can get for correct answers. Same as previous rounds, you don't lose any points for any incorrect answers, so don't stress if you get anything wrong. You're not going to lose those rank answers, submission numbers that you're giving. You're only going to get the points if they're correct. So remember, you can only use each number once between 10 to 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a total 55 points you can get just in this round alone, guys, which is huge. Big points up for grabs. So that's why it's a little bit trickier questions. There are a few easier ones I'll throw in there as well, just because I'm a nice host. That's what I do. Yeah. Why did I suddenly start talking like that? I don't know. I just tend to do things because it's fun. I'm going to go click on Game On now over on the Trivia At Home page. So you guys will now be taken to, once again, another answer screen, or submit answer screen is what I mean. And then I'll leave it open to my timer here. We are about to get into the final round of trivia here, Trivs at Home. Let's go, ladies and gents. Let's go. How many solstices are there? Question number 1, how many solstices are there? Think of a solstice, think of how many there are, and that's what you need to give me the answer. Now, obviously, when you're doing your answer submissions for these ones, guys, put your answer and then put a space and then put your rank number that you're giving that answer, okay? Or a dash or any sort of symbol, just so I know that it's separated from the answer, so I can know that, okay, such and such's answer is there, the rank score that they're giving it is there. Perfect. Alright? Because if you don't give me a rank answer, I don't know what points you're trying to gamble on each of these answers that you're sending in. So you need to make sure that your ranked answers are put in there as well, okay? Otherwise I can't mark your scores correctly for this round. Question number 2 now. What is the longest season? What is the longest season of the year? What do we think? Each year, the longest season. You know what? I could give you an answer to this on what I think about this year, but then technically 2020 just feels like it's the longest year in the world anyway. So I don't know if that would actually be correct or not if I gave you what my thoughts were. Just 2020 feels like a crazy long year. It feels like we've been in 2020 for several years. But no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking about years. I'm asking about the longest season. So you tell me what you think the longest season is. I'm glad you're having fun, Karen Graham, by the way. Glad you all are having fun. That's what we're here for. Have a bit of fun, eh? Yeah. Number 3. During which season are the nights longer? During which season are the nights longer? You know, so I guess these questions are kind of like a multiple choice because there's only 4 seasons, right? Multiple choice. You just got to guess which one it is. But again, you're guessing and you're gambling points. So again, the confidence. That's why it's called the confidence round. How confident in your rank points are you when you take those gamble answers? I remember when we had the question repeats and stuff, that's time for you to go back and you can review what you've actually given for answers and you can potentially change your rank answers around, alright? So don't fret and think, oh no, I've locked it in. Not until we literally go into the break screen is when it's all locked in and I close it. You can still go back and jump to previous questions and change your answer and rank number. But again, only use each rank number once. No using it more than once. I can tell which ones you've used. It all comes up on my screen for me here. Right in front of me. Number 4. What are the reasons for the seasons? What? Sounds like a rap. What are the reasons for the seasons, yo? There you go, Malcolm. I'm rapping now. What are the reasons for the seasons? Beer's already warm. Well, getting warm. Which means it's not as nice anymore. It's disappointing. It's actually not a bad beer though, the pineapple one. I'm enjoying it. What are the reasons for the seasons? Question number 4. Number 5. 2 days during the year where day and night are equal is called what? 2 days during the year where day and night are equal is called what? 2 2 days during the year, where day and night are equal, is called what? That's right, day and night. That would be 12 and 12. 12 hours of each. What? That's crazy. Or is it? I'm just saying as if 12 and 12, but technically it could start at any time. It could be 4 and 4, but that wouldn't be 4 and 4. At least not here. Number 6. Some trees remain green in all 4 seasons. These trees are called what trees? Some trees remain green in all 4 seasons. These trees are called what trees? Some trees remain green in all 4 seasons. These trees are called what trees? Yeah, I'm starting to sing again. It was like some jolly campfire song that we're all gonna sing around a campfire and kumbaya. Except, no, we don't want to have a campfire here. It's too hot already. Just stand outside and sing around nothing. We don't need campfires. Hot enough. Just stand outside. Link arms or link social distance arms. Maybe we can all hold a rake. It's about 6 feet. Big long stick. Number 7. Who was the lead singer of the 4 Seasons? Who was the lead singer of the 4 Seasons? Who was the lead singer of the 4 Seasons? And also, a bit of a fun one for tomorrow night, guys, or tomorrow morning, tomorrow lunch, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow, whenever you guys get in. The theme for tomorrow is Disney. We're doing another Disney-themed trivia round for tomorrow. So if you're a Disney fan, or you know anyone who's a Disney fan, tell them about it, get them on board, and come and play tomorrow night. As well, I think Reese is also going to be singing again for the Disney-themed trivia. Of course she's going to come back and do Disney, because she loves Disney. Number 8. This band has songs called Centuries, Thanks for the Memories, and My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. What is the name of that band? What is the name of that band? And I had someone message. During which season are nights longer for question 3? No, it does not depend on the hemisphere. During which season are nights longer for question 3? No, it does not. Doesn't depend on the hemisphere, because I'm asking what season. So it's technically the same regardless of what hemisphere it is, because that season, when it's in the other hemisphere, it's still going to be the same. Cam Graham hoping for 4 popcorn buckets. Ah, yes, for good old Disney. I know, but we can't get there at the moment. Not at the moment. Can't get anywhere at the moment, really. Number 9. During which season do most plants begin to grow and many animals have their babies? During which season do most plants grow and many animals have their babies? It's the same season. Again, it's another multiple choice. 1 in 4. During which season do most plants begin to grow and many animals have their babies? Babies! And no worries, anyone who has a query or question about any of the questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. It is totally fine, just reach on out and I will happily answer them. Always happy to answer any queries or clarify, explain further, whatever I need to do to help you guys out, in case it's not as well explained. And number 10, each spring and fall, ducks and geese migrate from one feeding ground to another along certain routes. These migration routes are called what? Each spring and fall, ducks and geese migrate from one feeding ground to another along certain routes. These migration routes are called what? Question number 10. Question number 10. Number 10. Ducks and geese, ducks and geese. They migrate from one feeding ground to another along certain routes. These migration routes are called what? A what? Aha! Alright, that is the end of the round, ladies and gents. Look at that. Now remember, question repeats coming right up in case you need them. Remember to include your rank score in with your answers. Put a space, put a dash, just something to separate your answer from the rank score so I know which ones are which when I'm marking the scores and giving the correct points out for correct answers. Make sure you're doing that properly. And yeah, here come the question repeats if you need them. Excuse me. And then we're going to go into our last break for the night before we come back, go through the answers, and then we'll find out who wins tonight's Spring Interval themed trivia. We'll be right back.
Nails like she walking on a carpet. Take a pic cause she gotta show the new fit. Paper straws cause she gotta say the planet. Wildflower cake, smash a fit cause she planning. She a killer with some money on the way. Gotta pack up and move to LA. She don't need a man, she gon' do it her own way. Take him out on a date and she pay. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. Yeah, she more than her pictures. And she don't need a man to save her. She's so much more than these manicures and coffee. She a boss, she a queen, she the whole team. College education, she gon' get it. Maybe be a doctor or maybe run for senate. She don't need you, she's so independent. She gon' kill it, it don't matter where she headed. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. She addicted to the manicures and coffee. But don't say that cause she ain't that. No, she is more than she seems. I've been on my way up, now it's really far down.
Alrighty guys, we are back. Time to go through the answers nice and quick for round 4 so that we can find out who won tonight's trivia. And it was quite an interesting surprise and a comeback from a certain team as well. But let's get into the answers first before we go and announce all that. How many solstices are there? Well, that would be 2. There are 2 solstices for question number 1. Number 2, what is the longest season? Well, that would be summer. It's 94 days. So summer is 94 days. The longest season is summer. Number 3, which season are the nights longer? The nights are longer in winter. The nights are longer in winter. Number 4, what are the reasons for the seasons? Well, that is the Earth's axis is tilted. Well, the Earth's axis is tilted. So that's what it is. The Earth is tilted. The Earth's axis is tilted. Question number 4. Number 5, 2 days during the year where the day and night are equal is called what? It's called the equinox. The equinox, and it's in March and September usually. So March and September is when the equinox occurs. Number 6, some trees remain green in all 4 seasons. These trees are called evergreen trees. Evergreen. The answer's right there. They remain green in all 4 seasons. They're pretty much a forever green. Evergreen trees, that's what the answer is for number 6. Number 7, who was the lead singer of the 4 seasons? Well, that would be Frankie Valli. Frankie Valli for number 7. Number 8, this band has songs called Centuries, Thanks for the Memories, and My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. No one got this correct, and that really upsets me. It was Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy. Get it? Fall Out Boy. It's spring and fall. Joke, I did the spring one earlier, now I'm doing a fall one. Fall Out Boy for number 8. How do you guys not know that band? Come on, guys. Number 9, during which season do most plants begin to grow and many animals have their babies? Well, that would be spring. Spring for number 9. And lucky last, number 10, each spring and fall, ducks and geese migrate from one feeding ground to another along certain routes. These migration routes are called what? They're called flyways. They're called flyways. How cool is that? They're flyways. Instead of a freeway or a highway, they're a flyway, although technically they are flying highways. But yes, flyways are what they're called for number 10. So with that down, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the winners of tonight's trivia. Reading from the bottom to the top, we had 4 seasons on 6. Team Rabbit on 18.5. Then we had Honey Bear, who came in for just the last 2 rounds on 25 points. Job well done there. Then second place goes to a player for all seasons. A player for all seasons, 37.5 points there. And I am Matey with a big final round score. Came and brought it home. She flyweighted home. No, flyweighted home doesn't work. She flew home with 47 points. So congratulations, I'm Matey, for winning tonight's Spring into Fall themed trivia. Thank you guys so much. Countgram says I said flight path. That's close, but flyways is what I was looking for the last one. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and playing Trivs at Home. You guys have been awesome. That's what we're doing. Trivia at home. Doing trivia streaming online from home, and you guys can play, I guess, at home or wherever you guys are. If you like what you saw tonight, feel free to leave a tip on the paypal.me/Jeremy-Hallam US or Venmo if you have that, Jeremy-Hallam. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. We'll be back again in 24 hours' time doing a Disney-themed trivia. That's right. Exciting Disney trivia coming up tomorrow. So same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. PST. So that's 11 a.m. in Osaka, 12 noon in Melbourne. Hope you guys are excited. Tell your friends, tell your family, whoever your Disney fans are, get them involved, get them amongst it. This goes up onto Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So let people know on any of those platforms they can watch it and play along for free. It's all there for people to do. And Karen, no worries, I'm glad you had fun. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and I hope to see you all tomorrow night. And I'm pretty sure Roos is singing as well, so if you want to see a live singing performance as well as some trivia, then again, tune in tomorrow night, guys. It's going to be rad fun. But again, I've been the People's Dwarf. You guys have been awesome. I've been awesome. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.